Hey guys, happy Monday and welcome to another daily episode of my Traveling with Kristin daily live streams where I take you behind the scenes in the digital nomad lifestyle and we deconstruct exactly how you can achieve a life of location independence and work remotely from wherever you want, anywhere in the world. And I've been thinking, well, I think a lot, obviously. I'm always coming up with all of these like nerdy insights and tips and reflections on things about the location independent lifestyle and about being a digital nomad because I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. And I think about it 24/7. And also with writing the digital nomad book now, it's on my mind a lot. I'm thinking about it or talking about it all the time. And I had an insight that I wanted to share with you guys today to hopefully give you a little bit of Monday motivation to start out your week. And that's the one thing that I think people really miss a lot when it comes to remote work and what it can actually do for you. So a lot of people think that they just want to work from home or travel. And some of the really most popular, most common reasons for wanting to be location independent and to be a digital nomad. But one of the things I was thinking about today as I was writing my book is how basically like how underrated the macroeconomic like butterfly effect, ripple effect implications are in your life once you become a digital nomad. And maybe this has to do a little bit with the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl commercials and materialism and just a bunch of stuff in the past 24 hours that's been going on, especially from the perspective from the US. I was thinking a lot of people are thinking too small, and a lot of people are thinking about how to marginally improve their lives every year. So people want, for example, a nicer house, a nicer car, nicer things. They want to be able to buy more expensive Christmas presents. They want to be able to go on better vacations, stay in nicer hotels, spend more money on nice meals. And I think that they're missing the kind of quantum leaps and the potential for changing your life when you transition from traditional lifestyle and traditional marginal improvements in life in a linear fashion year after year, get a little bit better every year. There's nothing wrong with that. But since I've never had a normal, well, I don't want to say normal, but since I've never had a traditional job, I've never really experienced having to ask permission to go on vacation or having to try to impress people to get a raise. And it's kind of a double-edged sword because with income potential, when you work for yourself, you also have potential to lose money and potential to fail more so than if you're in a salary job. So it's not perfect, and there is always a risk that things don't work out. But after seeing a bunch of buzz about the Super Bowl yesterday and then going out to dinner with friends here in Bulgaria, I came to this realization of how different your life can be and how every aspect of your life can change overnight once you become a remote employee or a remote worker or self-employed. And that is that instead of wanting to make more money so that you can buy a nicer car or have a nicer house or rent a nicer apartment, you can actually stay a house or apartment somewhere you can suddenly live somewhere in the world where you don't even need a car. So that becomes irrelevant. And like instead of wanting to get more money so that you can go on a nicer vacation, when you work remotely, the whole concept of vacation just kind of goes away or it transforms because you can take a mini vacation or a mini retirement whenever you want. And you don't have to escape from your life anymore. And you don't have to wait for like a 2-week vacation or a 1-week vacation to spend a bunch of money. You can just spend money throughout the year taking smaller vacations or organize your time in a way that you can take off a month or 2 months or 3 months from work or set up some sort of online business where you basically don't have to work at all and you can kind of live the 4-hour work week and generate passive income or automated income and things like that. And even just the whole idea of asking somebody for time off, like that no longer becomes a factor because you're the one who tells yourself when you can have time off and when you can work. And then along those same lines with retirement, for example, my friends and I have been talking a lot lately about how we probably won't ever retire because we've created lives that we don't want to retire from. We like our lives, we like working, we like creating things, and we like being able to have some fluidity between our work and our life. And so, yeah, instead of thinking about calling in sick or saving up money for retirement or focusing on flying first class on your vacation instead of flying coach, or staying at like a super nice hotel instead of a mid-range hotel. Like instead of these incremental improvements, you can actually have a change that has so much impact that you don't even have to think about those things anymore. Instead of saving up a lot of money to go to some $150 dinner at some fancy steakhouse somewhere in New York or Las Vegas, you can spend 15 euro in Bulgaria and get basically the same caliber of dinner, like a really nice dinner with wine and amazing food. Like you don't have to spend that much money to do it. So I just wanted to bring this to you guys as awareness. I know it's something that sometimes people think about, but it just really hit me in the last 24 hours of how those aren't things that I really need to think about in life or have thought about in the past like 10 years or 15 years. Like when I think back in college, I was always really concerned about having enough money to get a nice house and get a nice car and climb the corporate ladder and, you know, get promotions and excel in my job, which is something that you want to do anyway. If you have a job, you want to do it well, no matter what it is, whether you're sleeping floors or whether you're running a startup. But I basically don't have to ask for permission to go on vacation or do whatever I want. So when I was in school, we have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. When you get out of school, you have to ask permission to take a sick day or take a break or come in late or leave early or take vacation and coordinate with all of these other restrictions and parameters. But when you're a digital nomad and you work from home or you work remotely and you work online, you just have a lot more flexibility. So you don't even need to really make as much money as you would in a traditional job. I saw data this last week that the cost of living in New York City now, when it's adjusted to, when your income is adjusted to the cost of living in New York City, you basically have the same level of income as somebody who's like living paycheck to paycheck in somewhere like Alabama, for example. So it's like going to New York and working more hours so you can make more money, and then the cost of living basically canceling out all of that hard work. Like that sucks. That's kind of crazy. And so I just wanted to bring that kind of like the big picture to you guys, that you can have more freedom and more spending power with arguably less money, and more flexibility as if you had more money and more power. And it kind of shouldn't be that way in the traditional model, but this is like the time that we're living in now, and we have a lot of opportunities and a lot of ways to do that. So just to kind of think about things a little bit differently. Like we're still in 2019, we're still in the beginning of the year. People are still kind of forming what they want to do for the year. So just really keep that in context. You know, you can pay $5 for a massage in Thailand, or you can pay $500 for a massage at the Four Seasons in Vail or something. And here you can pay 20 euro for a lift ticket to go skiing, or in Aspen, you can pay $100 for a lift ticket, or 150 or whatever it costs for a day right now. Yeah, so it's all relative. And also when you live this lifestyle, you inevitably become more of a minimalist because you can't acquire that many things because you can't carry them with you. So stuff becomes a burden rather than a distraction or something that you want to attain. So you also don't have like that much downtime where you're like bored, let's go shopping or let's go out and spend money, because you typically would have more things to do. If you're traveling, you have like more things that you want to see, more things that you want to do, more people that you want to meet, and you don't end up defaulting to the status quo of like, it's the weekend, so let's go out and spend some of the money, like some of the hard-earned money that you earn this week. Like you can just make money at a more sustainable rate, regardless of what time of the day it is or what day it is. And then you can use that money in different ways than you would have used it before. And then you can also reduce your expenses and give yourself more flexibility when it comes to things like treating yourself or going out to eat or taking vacation or things like that. So I think that that's basically like one of the most underrated things about being a digital nomad, is that these concepts that seem standard and that seem fixed are in fact not. So instead of trying to get more vacation days, you just eliminate the idea that vacation is a fixed, that you have a fixed quantity of it. It's basically unlimited when you get in this lifestyle. So, or it becomes very malleable and you can take a vacation every week, or a mini vacation during the day, or a vacation every month, or it can be whatever you want it to be. So think about that and let me know in the comments, if you are a digital nomad, what is one of the things that you changed along these lines when you became a remote worker? And if you are an aspiring digital nomad, what is one of the things that you look most forward to once you do achieve the ability to work from home or to work for yourself? Are you looking forward to getting rid of your stuff, changing your cost of living, giving yourself more free time, or spending your money in a different way? Let me know in the comments, and see you guys tomorrow on another live stream here on Traveling with Kristin. Bye, guys. I see you, even though you're being quiet. No one's in chat, but I see that you're there. Bye, guys. Have a great Monday and a great week. And yeah, see you tomorrow.